Let's talk about algebraic equations and expressions. This is going to cover homework sections 8.2 and also 8.3. Equations are going to have equal signs in them with that root word of equal, and expressions are not. That's the only difference between the two. We'll first start with expressions. 2 less than 3 times a number. 2 less is going to be subtraction. You have to be careful with subtraction because usually the order is opposite from it's written. So we're actually going to subtract 2 at the end. 3 times means multiplication. So I'm going to get 3n minus 2. All the other operations usually are very straightforward and go in the order they're written except for subtraction. It's going to be if it's at the beginning, it's going to be at the end of my equation almost all the time. Half of a number plus 7. Half is going to be 1/2. Of is going to be one of my key words for multiplication. We talked about that in class a little bit. Plus addition 7. So 1/2 of a number plus 7. In my math lab on the question help for this problem, there's a list of common phrases and the arithmetic that they go with. So with common phrases for subtraction, addition, multiplication, and division. So if you're having a little bit of trouble, I would give that a look before continuing on. And remember that subtraction is going to be in the opposite order than it's written. Now we'll look at some equations. A taxi charges a flat fee of $5 plus 56 per mile. We're going to use C for the total cost and X for the miles. Since I have an equation, I'm going to have a left-hand side, an equal sign, and then a right-hand side. My total cost is going to be one of those sides. It doesn't matter which one, but I know C is the total cost, so I'm going to have an equal sign and a C. Everything else is going to be the other side of my equation. Per is always multiplication, plus is addition. And I know that instead of miles, I'm going to write X because I was given that my directions. So that leaves me with 50 cents per mile plus $5 is equal to the total cost. I can't solve this one because I have 2 letters. In 8.3, we're going to have to solve the equations, and we're going to only be able to have one variable if we're going to solve an equation. You cannot solve an equation that has 2 variables in it. So let's take a look at these that we can solve. We've got a board that's cut into 3 pieces and is originally 15 feet long. One piece is 3 feet shorter than the other 2 pieces. They're the same size. We want to know how long the short pieces and the long pieces are. Anytime you have 2 of the same thing, that's going to be your X. So I'm going to let X be these longer pieces that are the same size. And then I have a piece that's shorter, so I'm going to subtract. So 15 is my total. I've got a long side, and the shorter side, I took 3 away. Notice there are 3 pieces, so X, X, and X. And this last one got 3 feet taken away since it was shorter. I did some algebra. 3 X's gives me 3X. And then I solved that by adding 3 and then dividing by 3 to give me 6. My question does ask how long each piece is. So I have to remember that the X stood for the longer piece and then go back and calculate that the shorter piece is 3. And I got that by saying 6 minus 3, knowing the shorter piece was X minus 3. Let's do one more equation that we have to solve for. In this one, we're fencing in the backyard to keep our dog in. We're going to fence it in against our house, which means we only need 3 sides. We have 82 feet of fencing. We want to know how long each side is going to be if the long side is 2 less than 4 times the side of the other 2 sides, which is a whole bunch of information, so I drew a picture. You by no means have to draw a picture, but it helped me get organized. So I have my house. 2 sides are the same. So again, that's where I'm going to put my X. And then I was told that the longer side was 4 times the side minus 2, or 2 less than 4 times the side. So again, that minus 2 coming up. These 3 sides total are 82 because I don't have to count the side with my house. So my short side I said was X. So 82 is the 2 short sides and the long side. Then I did some algebra. x, and 4x is 6x. I move the 2 over to the other side to give me 84, and then divided by 6 to give me 14. Remember, that's the shorter side. I have to answer the question of how long each one is. So I'm going to plug back in to my long side, which is 4x minus 2. So I plugged 14 in, 4x minus 2. So 4 times 14 minus 2 gave me 54 feet long.